people foster creativity, innovation, and an entrepreneurship mindset. So what advice would you give anyone, whether it's an athlete or a CEO or, any person?
It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And as a leader, be very public with your own mistakes. All right. Because if you're public with your own mistakes, it gives license to others to realize that, hey, he made a mistake. I can make a mistake. And, innovation, creativity, it's not a straight line. There's many times, where there's setbacks in innovation, and there's, and in creativity, it's I've got this great idea, but, sometimes it's not so great, and you have to give license for failure as a leader. You have to, not continued failure for the same thing. After a point, like some people just, that doesn't work. All right. But as a leader, make sure that you're public about your own mistakes. Don't try and, if you've done something and it doesn't make sense, I tried it, it didn't work. All right. I thought I was doing, and people are not stupid. People will understand. And they'll carry that lesson. And people would come to me with an issue at Rideau, and my first reaction was a problem or a mistake. My first question was always the same: did anybody die? And the answer would be always no. I said, well, things are looking up then. All right. And I would tell people, do not be afraid of making a mistake. If you make a mistake, I will back you to the fullest. All right. Because I make lots of mistakes myself. And I think just doing that is one of the biggest things that fosters creativity. It allows people to think out of the box. It allows people to express themselves, which they might not want to do if you were in a culture where, we don't tolerate this or we don't tolerate that. I don't subscribe, to the Jack Welch theory of management, where you get rid of the 10% at the bottom or whatever. I really think that's a mistake. Those people, it's up to managers, it's up to leaders to bring out the best in that bottom 10%. What turns them on? What will make them happy? And some people aren't going to be superstars, all right, rock stars, but they will be rocks, that, are foundational and that others can build on and others can rely on. And it's up to leaders, to try and work with that material and not just cast it aside. And I really believe that it's up to leaders to draw out the best in others. And the way that they do that is by setting an example and not being afraid to be honest and open about their own struggles and trials and tribulations, and encouraging people, go out, try things. It might not work, but I'll back you. To me, that allows creativity to explode and people to go wild. And, there are no stupid ideas. There are no stupid ideas. And, they used to say about Churchill, he'd have 100 ideas a day, but, one or two of them would be great. The genius, it doesn't mean, all the others were bad. It just means some were better than others. But you want to have a crew. You want to have and it doesn't matter who that person is. It could be the janitor that says, we ought to be doing this, all right, for cleaning, or we ought to be doing that. It doesn't matter. Ideas can come from anywhere. You just have to allow them to be expressed. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? It also makes me think about, Thomas Edison, right? He, 10,000s of times experimenting. And then there was, success, but really he just tried many different ways, to get to that innovation. Right. And it's going to take good failure, right? It's going to take good failure. It's going to take good successes to get there. Right. And it's embracing that process, which we had, talked about earlier on, and not being afraid to explode, like you said.